Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me at CGB, and you know what time it is when you see a screen like this laid out before you. It is Covert Go Red week. The color challenge has made it all the way around to mono red, and the color challenge is about the diversity, the different kind of decks that we can play in each color. And quite honestly, I do have some people out there who play mono red who watch my channel, so let's show them the fully formed mono red decks here this week. So what we got here is a burn deck. This is a good old this is a straight up mono red burn deck. The amount of burn spells in the deck are insane. We do have 20 creatures, but Bone Crusher Giant is basically a burn spell and a creature in one. Rimlock Knight is like a burn spell and a creature in one. It's like a shock to the face. You just want to use it on a creature, usually as early as possible when the opponent's tapped out, to make sure it resolves, to get some extra points in. But yeah, this deck goes face and goes face well. And Torbran, Bane of Redfell, with his 2+ ability, tries to make games end quickly. No experimental frenzies here. The card just gets run over now. If you put out an experimental frenzy and you don't have like Steamkin casting a million spells, the opponent and their Oko are going to gain life, play Nissa, make Hydroid Krasis, go way over the top of anything all the cards in your deck combined can do. It can gain more life than your deck can deal damage, which is gross. So we can't really do that. We just have to end the game on turn 4 as often as possible, and that means slamming Torbran and getting the job done. Some Castle Embraths, maybe we'll activate to pump the team at some point, maybe not. But yeah, this deck is sweet. Weird to hear me say that, but I actually think this is like the red decks of old. This is the way I remember red decks. Not as this bottomless pit of cards that you can never stop, this frustrating experimental frenzy nonsense, this tremendous card advantage from Bomat Courier, this indestructible Hazaret. No, this is a fragile red deck. That idea is going face. A bit of a life gain, a bit of removal, large creatures. Those things are really hard for this deck to deal with. So you have to earn your wins. And I like it when red has to earn its wins. That feels right to me. That feels natural. So I don't have a lot against this deck. Also, let's adjust the curve for ideal conditions, and you can see that it's a much more low to the ground deck than you think it is. Oh my gosh. I just broke the arena. Look at that. Not in beta anymore, folks. Absolutely broke the arena. Look at that. But yeah, for adjusting the deck for ideal conditions, we have this on 2. This is never a 1-drop because obviously we can't Boulder Rush one of our creatures attacking on 1, but like it's actually a very low curve deck. I think I also killed the music with that glitch. Jeez, oh Pete. Anyway, if this is a sign of what's to come, I'm in trouble. Let's dive right in and let the Covert Go Red color challenge begin. Okay, here we go. I mean, plays some early creatures, does some stuff. Oh! Here we go then. Straight up. 1-on-1. Do I play the champion and smash in? If the opponent wants to pump their Banneret, fine. This flips it flips things around. What I don't want the opponent to do is kill my champion. So yeah. We're going to get in there, because killing this, it's a good Bone Crusher target. So if the opponent wants to use the pumps, great. Nope. Just getting in with a 1-1. Alright, now we're at a point where I need to hold the champion back, because if the opponent plays a 1-1 haste for 1, like a Tin Street Dodger, they can pump their Banneret and mentor it, and I want to kill that. So here we're going to pass the turn with Bone Crusher Giant and the Fervent Champion available, and at least make the opponent think we can't remove their Dwarf. If they go to Banneret, pump, and attack, we'll definitely kill off the Giant. Here is a shock. Alright. Here's the pump. Now, we can either kill the Dwarf or the Banneret. And I think we just kill the Banneret here and be done with it, so that we don't have to play these games around it anymore. It already sank 2 of the opponent's mana here this turn. Now the opponent gets in with their Dwarf, of course. But we get to play our Bone Crusher Giant, who is a little bigger than the Dwarf for now. The opponent with a lava coil, but they have to take 2 for targeting the Bone Crusher Giant. So we got something out of the deal. The opponent doesn't have another dwarf. They have a Dreadhorde Arcanist with a shock in the graveyard. That's annoying. I can give my opponent a free shock, but then I basically take my turn off, so I hate that. So let's go ahead and skewer this. It does suck that we're leaving this dwarf around, but we can kind of match pace with it with the Scorch Spitter, which is nice. 5th land. Oh no, our opponent drew that card. Which we did not. We did not draw that card yet. Yeah. I think the opponent might be too scared to block, which means I can go get this Spectacle. Yeah, they're a coward. Alright. Let's play this Runaway Steamkin. Let's play this light up the stage and try to find the answers. Okay, we got our own Torbran, and we can make our Steamkin big enough to tango with our opponent's Torbran. So we've got more resources. We just don't have the quality of resources our opponent does until next turn. Dwarf on the way. I think we just take it and go to 7. Blocking here, we lose this. And okay, because next turn they take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They can block here. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So if they drew a land there, yeah, that's just game. Plus we get to use the castle. So, hype. It's another decent hand on the draw. Let's see where it goes. Spitter, Steamkin, burn some things. Sounds like the plan. We're not running Frenzy in the deck. We don't have like a long game, really. We have to be thinking about face a lot. It's one of the reasons I don't mind this deck so much. I think the endless card advantage from Frenzy is pretty good, but here, the endless, in this format, like, things just get away from the red deck too much. The endless card advantage from Frenzy doesn't mean much if Oko is producing food and Hydroid Krasis is coming down for 1 million. Oh, our opponent is starting on 5 with a Scry to the bottom. Hopefully we can jump all over their mulligan and get them before they eat too much food. Green blue, is it Flash? Might be Flash. Well, let's attack and see what happens. Yeah, let's drop the Steamkin. Make them have the answers. They did mold a 5 after all. Steamkin is here. Opt. Awkward not being able to play that on turn 1 because of the temple. The opponent's scried to the bottom twice now, so all signs leading to an awkward hand. Oh my goodness, are we rim locking? We're rim locking. Rimlock smash! Send it to the Scorch Spitter. Since the Scorch Spitter getting bounced would be just fine, whereas the Steamkin getting bounced would be twice as much tempo loss because it's double the mana cost. Sinister Sabotage, sure. We're just gonna keep going now while you play that 3 mana counter spell. Just fire him off. Then this will make 3 mana, so we can also like shock our opponent. Slaying fire our opponent. Let's just get the creature on the board. It can probably be with more damage. I don't think Simic Flash will have a catch-up strategy, really. Don't think they come back from this. Turn them sideways. I suppose we can put 1 more counter on our Runaway Steamkin, but there's Frilled Mystics, so we probably just attack. Yeah. And if the opponent then taps to do anything about these, we Slaying Fire, and they're dead by a bit. By quite a bit. Ooh, well, we've been on the draw all 3 games, so that's nothing new. Double Beard, and we have 3 3 lands. It seems okay. We could be so far behind, though, by the time we cast this Slaying Fire. We could be in trouble. But on the draw, I'm not sure what more you really expect. Do you have to have a 1-drop? Do you have to have, like, a shock to break serve? Maybe. But I'm gonna give it a try. It's in danger of being terribly slow, but 1 Torbran, if it sticks, can really mess up the game. Steam Vents. Okay. Well, that 4th land came nice and early. I've drawn enough land now. Maybe can we stop? Can we please stop? Tap land, tap land. All right. Well, here we go. We're up against the Jeskai Fires deck. We definitely needed to be on the play, and we definitely needed a faster hand. Yeah, I wish I could go back and mulligan this for a 1-drop, but hindsight. 2020, like the life totals. All right, Prison Realm, keep on top. Everything going perfectly for the enemy. Let's drop you. And yeah, this hand is way too slow, but we're probably just going to be jamming the beard. Just jam the beard and try to get there. Because if 1 survives for a turn, we'll be great. Ew, Beacon, no. Fires, no. Narset, no. Not like this. Another Prison Realm. Well, now that that's coming, I think that what we want to do, we can just pump this and kill that, and then let the opponent Prison Realm the Spitter. Or we just need to play the Prison Realm to take up, like, the space of, I don't know. If we can just, if we play the Torbran and the opponent spends 1 of their 2 spells Prison Realming it, is that a terrible thing? It's also real overkill to send it after, to send this after the Narset once we play a Torbran, so that's too bad. But if I don't have more threats on the board, this situation just gets worse. So we're not here to draw cards. We can send you over here, take you to 1. It's fine.
Interesting technique.
We can hard cast this Light Up the Stage. Feels kind of bad, but gives us more options for next turn. And we can cast another Scorch Spitter. I was going to play the 1 from my hand or another 1-drop revealed here. I guess I should have cast the Light Up Stage pre-combat in case we reveal a Fervent Champion. That's the mistake I made. Oh, hi. GG. Must be nice. Must be nice. All right, we draw Skewer. That won't do. So what do we have to do? If I play the Torbran and I play the Scorch Spitter, the opponent will definitely Prison Realm a Torbran and will get no value out of it. If I play a Scorch Spitter only, the opponent might not Prison Realm it, but we're just super outclassed and we fall behind. So, yeah, I need a way to get Spectacle to shoot down the king. So I may as well play these. I'm throwing 1 away for sure, unfortunately. Yep, Kenrith, draw a card. I don't think I can possibly win. I like the Prison Realms. I think that this deck needs to scry more. I think a lot of decks were trimming or cutting it or playing like weird stuff like Aether Gust, including me when I played a Phantom Legends. Alright, that's enough. That is enough. Let's move on. On the draw for the 4th straight game, but we've got a 1-drop this time, so I'll keep it. And, you know, the Red Gods have blessed us with a lot of runaway Steamkins. I saw some interesting numbers from one of those apps that tracks these things. God, I can't remember the name of it. I wish I could. But they posted on Twitter, and I retweeted it. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably saw it, that the percentages in Standard are 45% on the draw and 55% on the play. And I thought it would be worse. I frankly thought it would be a lot worse than that. So I probably need to learn to stop complaining. I constantly feel like I look at games and say I would have won if I were on the play, but apparently it's not as big of a deal as I thought it was. So let's keep it cool in here. I think the opponent's about to use a Murderous Rider. And I am right about this. So, do we want to use a Rimlock Knight here? This is going to die. This is going to hit. We're going to get to light up the stage. Do I want to light up the stage and Rimlock Knight? I have 2 Torbans in hand, so it's unlikely I'll hit another Torban that I can't cast. I could hit another 1-drop like a Scorch Spitter, and then I'd have regrets. I could also just play the 3-1. Why don't I just... So one of the things with this red deck that I enjoy is that you have to get the most out of your cards because every damage counts. It is really hard to close people out in this format. So with that in mind, I'm going to make sure I get both sides of this Rimlock Knight and save the light up the stage. The opponent playing that Murderous Rider on 3, it should mean we have time. It should mean that we're going to get a few more attacks in with our creatures. Well, that's an annoying thing. We could burn it out of the way and then hit for 5. I think that's pretty good. If the opponent doesn't clean the board somehow or get a huge presence, if we draw a land for Torbrand, we're in a great spot. If they do clean the board, well, we have the Steamkin, but we're not in a very good spot. The other option is we could attack with both. If this attacks here, the opponent goes down to 11, or if they block there, then they go down to 8, then they go back up to 10. But then I have light up the stage, and I have Skewer for 1, and I have Runaway Steamkin. I think that's actually a lot better for board presence. I think so. It feels like throwing something away, but I think the fact that we get to play out our hand is so much better, and we get to be closer to casting Torbrand next turn. And the opponent takes this trade, which is fine. It means I don't have to Skewer the opponent now. Or I don't have to cast the Skewer this turn if I don't want to. Esper. Is this Doom Foretold? Well, that doesn't cast Kaya's Wrath. Second land. We have a Shock ready to go, but I have Spectacle now. The opponent could play another Rider, but they would cast this side first. Let's Skewer the Critics right now, while it's on the cheap, and see if the opponent can come back. Tapped land. What do you do with 4 mana? Tyrant Scorn. I don't know what their deck... Their deck is a little off the current meta, I think. Alright. What do we do? If we play the Torbrand, we get our opponent all the way down to 3 with a Skewer in hand. I think that's better than the Shock. I think that's a lot better than casting the Shock. I was hoping to draw a land there and just have lethal, but we'll have to settle for this. The opponent has to answer the board and they have to gain life. Or they have to wrath the board and Thought Erase me, which I don't think their mana does that. Oh, it could. Ooh, Chemisters. Somebody's really going old school. And that's game. Boom. Champion, Knight, light up the stage, lands. Seems pretty good. We are on the draw for the 5th straight game. Right on the draw. It could only get better. That's the thing. It could only get better. Oh no. Nemesis. The life gain cat. Could be a huge problem, without question. You wanna fight? No. Is it the oven? It's not the oven. Okay. Well, let's attack and see if the opponent wants to block the Fervent Champion, or if I get to Rimlock Knight it. Alright, so we'll use our Boulder Rush to get some extra damage done. Shocking face, basically. We'll use a Shock to keep the Priest from getting to untap and do nonsense. And we'll hit. You have to watch out with this deck. They run Claim the Firstborn. They can steal your creatures and sacrifice them against you. So as long as they don't have an oven, if our opponent doesn't get the draw where they have the cat and the oven at the same time, I think we're doing okay. And they are being very aggressive. I mean, this is not a block you want to make. Never mind. So I guess they're playing against my Spectacle. Or they have some, or maybe they do have an oven. No, they would have played it. Sweeper? Let's find out. Kind of an interesting chump block. And here comes the oven. So, we're going to try to strand our opponent. They need a creature now for the oven. And they don't have one. Yes! Curse that oven. The Fervent Champion actually grows this knight because, you know, knight. So let's get this attack in. Let's light this stage. And let's find a Torbrand to finish this cat nonsense off. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's hot. Alright. Let's hold up the Slaying Fire, probably hit that at end step, or we could play this off Spectacle. We could also play the light up the stage and have another mana next turn so that when we cast Torbrand, we can skewer and things of that nature. Let's go for it. Let's go hard. Let's not slow roll this stuff. Let's go really hard. Didn't quite work out the way that I wanted, but it's not bad. It's not bad. We just have to be able to deal with damage next turn, and we can skewer and Torbrand. Opponent might have a removal spell for this. Let's find out. Doesn't look like it. Looks like they just flooded out from there. So that block with the cat came back to haunt them big time. Four wins. 4 wins. 4 wins. We're free rolling now. We're doing it on the draw. I'm just keeping. Can we play a whole event, like the one time I sleeve up mono red? Will we get to play the whole event on the draw? So if I play the Spitter, I think I can get in to light the stage no matter what. I don't know. This champ can be hard to block. Let's give the champion a chance. Plus people are scared to block it because of the first strike. Let's give the champion a chance. Green blue. Pass. This is scary. Opponent might even be able to counter the light up the stage. Gotta hope. Gotta hope. Okay. We're gonna skewer that because of the timing our opponent used. That was a mistake. And now it's dead. But we did hit our land, and it wasn't, and our stage wasn't countered, so life isn't bad. Let's send out our hasty champion. Would you like to counter this? Thinking about it, and it is a Sinister Sabotage on Fervent Champion. Let's use light up the stage to keep hitting land drops, please. Why do people still play this deck? Like, they actually like this deck? I like Control. I hate Simic Flash. I don't enjoy playing it. I don't enjoy playing against it, but it must have a following I cannot understand. Kind of like Mono Red. Although I'm being honest. I do not hate playing this deck. I don't hate it. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. This is fine. Yeah, let's get both Bone Crushers available. And let's send in the damage. Now this one goes away, so if they give me a target, they gave me a target. All right, full control. Resolve. Stomp it. Submit. Stomp it. Submit. All right. I don't know that you need full control anymore for these things, but I've been through phases in the game where where it required full control in that moment to be effective. So I still play as if it's necessary. So the opponent tried to ambush me with a wolf last turn. And that is kind of weird for this deck. They usually don't want to ambush something so early, especially with their life total where it was. That is a tell to me that they may not have a counterspell. And I have 2 Torbrins anyway, so I'm going for it. Let's see what happens. If they have another wolf, they do have another wolf. So if they have another wolf, we just gotta get in there. And yeah, they did. So I'm throwing away my Fervent Champion, but I'm dealing 6. I think that's worth it. Or I guess the opponent chose the Scorched Spitter, which is a good choice given the situation. And there is another one. So the danger now comes up. It's like this. If the opponent has a Brazen Borrower to bounce this after I declare my attackers, it is a blowout. So let's make them have a counter spell right now. Or a bounce spell right now, so I don't throw away my stuff. That's a scoop. I guess they didn't have it. The Flash deck has been getting higher and higher on creatures. Wildborn Preserver, Spectral Sailor. There's like so many creatures for that deck. So yeah. Sometimes they don't have as many counters as you think they do. It's a smooth operator. Smooth operator. 7 straight games on the draw. Unless my memory is going. Am I blanking out? Have I been here the whole time? Is this real? All right. Fervent Champ, get in there. Gruul on the draw is going to be really hard. They just have bigger creatures. My removal is slow. Everything about it gets sad very quickly. Second Fervent Champ is nice. Do I play that, or do I get out the Steamkin? I mean, are we hoping to dodge Bone Crusher Giant? I guess so. Yeah. Would we have seen it? No. So we could slow play this, but I don't think we can afford to. I think we just have to have the Steamkin. It's pretty much our hope in this matchup. Our hope in this matchup is Steamkin does absurd things to catch us up. Because if opponent just has Questing Beast here... Actually, that's what we want. Oh, that's going to be a tap land. That Fabled Passage is a land short of getting there. That's why Javier Dominguez, the champion of Mythic, with a Mythic championship, whatever it was, 5, on Gruul aggro, did not run any Fabled Passage. Any land that could dare enter the battlefield tapped. Now we're going to have a nice turn. But once this turn is over, we pretty much we put it all on the battlefield. We'll put it that way. We left everything on the battlefield. And if we top deck a Torbran, we can win this game. If we don't, we have Castle. It's not over by any stretch. And our opponent does have the Beast. Ow. And the Pelt Collector is still getting busy. I'm taking 8. But yeah, Torbran, one time. Can I get it? I can't get it. Skewer doesn't really do much here. I think we're just using Castle and getting in there. Well, are we? Skewer post-combat can kill the Beast, which is the thing threatening lethal on us. This has Trample. Playing around it doesn't make sense. We also just might get there. Let's see what happens. Triggers. Everybody get it. Everybody get in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can hit for 10 if the opponent doesn't block with the Druid. Darn it, they did. Now we're a mana short, right? So we should kill the Beast. Our opponent's going to go to 5. We're going to have this board left. If only this were 1 less mana, or we had 1 more mana. But yeah, we have to take out the Beast, or we just die to the Pelt Collector. We might die anyway to a pump spell. Yeah, pumping this isn't enough. There's no way to get that extra mana. Here we go. Pew! Alright. If they have a haste creature with 3 power, we lose. If they have a collision colossus, we lose. That will do. That will do. Good race. Good race. Ah, 1 land or something off. We tried. Or a top deck Torbran. We win that game on the play, just saying. We're fighting Naruto. That makes me Sasuke. We're on the play! After 7 straight games on the draw with the dang deck that probably needs to be on the play more than any other. All right, cool. Let's go. I'm keeping the 1-lander. I don't care. We have 3 Fervent Champions. We can pump the hell out of these Fervent Champions. We don't need land. We're on the play. It's gonna be great. The amount of damage my opponent will take is going to be epic. What does this Watery Grave even do? All right. Golden Egg. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think we're up against, yeah. Get out. Just scoop to my 1-land double champion draw. Just get out of here. Just get out of here. I didn't even see the 3rd champion. How does this happen? Oh my god. How? Seventh win. 2 decks enter. 1 deck leaves. Hand has 1 drop in Steamkin, so we'll keep it. It's nice to have a shock as well, so if the opponent comes out aggressive, we don't fall behind. We will need some land. For some reason, having double Redbeard in my hand has become a thing in this event. It's just something I do. You never have just one. Are we Simic Flashing again? Does this Simic Flash deck have the Borrower or the creature? No, just resolves. Oh my god. Castle Garenbrig, that's not Simic Flash. It's Oko, the enemy of the people. No, not Oko, but we drew well. We drew well, team. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could also do Slaying. Yeah, we'll be mana efficient here. Let's go Slaying Fire.
Why do you cross me?
Because you're Oko, and you must die. Unfortunately, Wicked Wolf is also a card. And if the opponent has that, we're so far behind, I don't think we catch up. Well, I mean, surely they kept the hand for a reason. I'm guessing they have the wolf. And bye-bye Steamkin. We didn't have a way to get our Steamkin to 3 power to force a trade with the food, or I would have taken it, but no such luck. And now we missed the land drop. Feels like it's over. But we'll try to make Torbran do a thing. Like this stage, full price. If we run into the opponent, they just use the Wolf's Indestructible. We hit a land drop, that's nice. We could throw this away. I think it's better to save it for Torbs. Plus, if we draw a land next turn, it's Torbran and Skewer and attack with Spitter. So we say go and get ready for Nissa, who shakes the world. But, just gonna say it, what a difference it would have made to be on the play. That's really good.
I love everything from deer to dinosaurs.
Yeah, you're very special. Yep.
My, how you've grown.
Does Wolf want to jam? Does Wolf want to fight? Care to rumble? No? Great. If I shock the Vivian, Scorched Spitter, if I draw it, when I play Torbran, Scorched Spitter can kill her. So, let's go for it. It might mean I don't get to skewer the critics. It's possible.
Well,
Alright. That's frustrating. Well, now we can skewer the Vivian. So we play the Torbs. We attack Scorched Spitter to its doom. but it does activate Spectacle and does 3 damage. So we've got that going for us. The opponent missed their last land drop, so we can hope their hand is like all Nissa and Krasis and no land. Ooh. I don't understand the why. They don't want to give up the food, maybe? Do I just go upstairs? The opponent can -3, this kills this. But then I have another one. If I have my opponent at 5, this is 2. Let's just go upstairs. Well, we have to remember the food. The food is a problem. I don't think the opponent's going to minus the Vivian, though, to kamikaze the Vivian, right? Maybe they will. It does get the Torben off the battlefield. But what if they just have another? What if they just have another? Actually, we have lethal if the opponent taps out with Slaying Fire and Scorch Spitter next turn. If they don't, if they don't leave mana up for food, even if they kill the Torbrand. Down to 5. Woo! That's why I like this deck. It's a lot, I don't know. It feels just a lot, it feels like the underdog, and maybe that's just what I love. So there is the kamikaze. Get him! Oh, Vivian, you and I are peas in a pod. Oh, shoot, it's the goose. You won't do it. Well, I can play this, and then it would deal another 3. But I can't finish the job. I can also say go and see if the opponent will eat a darn food. Like, I can attack with the Scorch Spitter, and just say go if the opponent ever sacrifices the food, but all they have to do is untap, sacrifice it, and then sacrifice it in response to a fire. So, just gotta do this. Yep, there it is. Frustrating. But let's get our damage in. Yeah, now we're blocking. Don't know why they didn't block it in the past, but we'll take the Lightning Strike. This right now is 6 damage, 5. There's food available. The opponent plays a Nissa here. Well, they have to have the land. They have Oko. They're gonna Elk this. But the guard is down. The guard is down to draw a burn spell and win. Crap. This is infuriating. The flood. The flood is too real. Well, there's no coming back from this. It's over. Down to 1. But it's over. I guess we want them to somehow only sacrifice 1 food and top deck another Slaying Fire. They're too smart. Like, they played around it last time, so they're gonna play around it this time. If they were playing loose, I'd be concerned. Although I don't know what the no block with the Wicked Wolf was. Alright, so hopefully they'll make a food, sack a food, and get shocked. Alright, in response, sack the other food. God, so stupid. And now it's bigger than a burn spell I can top deck. If I had been on the play, you guys. But we got 6 wins, regardless of what I would call insanely bad luck in the coin flip realm. So, I'll take it. It's fine. It's fine. And I did have a good time. Yeah, I had a good time playing red. I actually enjoy this version of the red deck. I think you have to work really hard for your wins, and I am by no means an expert with it. So there's probably room to grow and room to learn there. But yeah, as far as the Mono Red Color Challenge, I enjoy this red deck. I don't put it down as much as the others. I still play it up for the crowd, as Red and I have been rivals for so long, pretty much since the very dawn of the arena with Bomat, Courier, and nonsense like that, Hazaret. We've been rivals for so long that I can't not beef up the rivalry, like double WWE style, you guys. But really, I respect the Red. I do, even when I say things to pick on them, and I actually like this version. I'm just going to tell you that now. I'm never going to repeat it. So welcome to the Covert Go Red Color Challenge. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.